Thanks, Dick. There is Dale Earnhardt, who came out of the pits in 8th place. Our thanks to the pilots and crew of the Goodyear Blimp Stars and Stripes for these aerial views of 200,000 people on hand here at Daytona International Speedway. In 1926, Goodyear began its commercial blimp operation with the blimp Pilgrim. Ralph Shaheen.
Mike, deals are already being done here as well as to who you're going to draft with as you try to work your way to the front. Dale Earnhardt is going to try to hook up with Jeff Gordon. That deal has been made between Richard Childress and Ray Evernham.
Rusty Wallace and Jeremy Mayfield lead them back to the green flag. 22 laps to go.
I was at a friend's house last night, and he wanted to know what kind of deals. Is it money exchanged or what? I said, no, it's not that. What you try to do is get somebody to work with you in the draft.
Wallace got a great restart. Look at Mayfield. Ned, he didn't. He's 3 car lengths back.
Yeah, he needs to be up there close for the drafting to really be effective, but he should catch him going into turn 3.
3 abreast, back straightaway. Now Kenny Schrader came out of the pits first among the drivers who stopped. He took on 2 tires in Andy Petrie's Chevrolet, but now Schrader's green car climbs the racetrack.
That's the one thing he didn't want to do, is run side by side with Ernie Irvan as they come off the corner side by side. That lets the 2 cars up front kind of rocket away from them.
Yeah, that's the best thing that could happen to Rusty Wallace and Jeremy Mayfield, and the worst thing that can happen to Ernie Irvan. Now they're going to go 3 wide going into the corner. Look at
Earnhardt right down to the bottom on Ernie Irvan. The man in black puts it to the bottom of the racetrack.
Now remember, he has the 4 fresh tires. Earnhardt does have. I think that was a smart move.
Bill Stevens.
They are very happy down here in Kenny Schrader's pit. As you pointed out, that last pit stop was phenomenal. They put 2 tires on the car, and everything went flawlessly. And that could be a factor as we get closer to the checkered flag. Ralph.
One of the keys for Dale Earnhardt is going to be that green and yellow number 97 right behind him of Chad Little. In talking to his crew chief, Jeff Hammond, this morning in the garage, he said our car runs much better as it helps push somebody to the front. It's not a good lead car. It's a good following car. He said, I can take anybody to the front, and then once we get there, we might have 1 shot at taking the lead ourselves. He's going to help push Earnhardt right to the front.
On this restart, Earnhardt went from 8th to 3rd in 1 lap.
It's dangerous to guess what these guys are going to do. You see right there, Ernie Irvan under Chad Little. Right now it's a 3-car shootout because these guys are running side by side.
Chad pulled up. Ooh, and they get together coming down the backstretch. Chad pulled out to make a pass on the outside of Dale Earnhardt, but it cost him.
Jeff Gordon must be running 200 miles an hour down that back straightaway as he closes in on the back bumper there for Ernie Irvan.
You're riding with Gordon in number 24. The defending Winston Cup champ takes it 3 wide off turn 4, and they put Ernie Irvan in the middle.
Mike Skinner comes with Jeff Gordon.
And Irvan goes backwards. Look at Earnhardt slice across the track in front of Chad.
He had to do that. Chad Little is flying right now in the green car. The best run out there for the Roush Racing team. If they expect to win, it looks like Chad Little's got to do it.
Well, Earnhardt got a run.
And here he goes to the outside. For what?
Yeah, nobody to help him, so he has to fall back in line.
Rusty Wallace has his teammate Jeremy Mayfield in tow. And we saw last year the 3rd and 4th place car couldn't make a run on the leader without the 2nd place car's help. You're watching from Dale Earnhardt, back at Chad Little.
And Jeff Gordon has pulled right up on the back bumper of Chad Little.
And Chad Little's been moving to the outside, to the inside. I got a feeling if he made a move right now on Earnhardt, that he'd have some help to get by.
18 laps to go. Dale Earnhardt has not led this race today. Jeremy Mayfield is in his 6th 500, running in 2nd place. In his 6th 500, Fred Lorenzen won. In his 6th 500, Cale Yarborough won. Davey Allison won his 6th try at the 500. Coincidence? Maybe not. Ralph Shaheen.
Mike, remember once again that the Roush Racing program had been horrible in restrictor plate races. 4 races last year with 5 cars. They didn't get 1 top 5. That's 20 attempts in a top 5. Right now, Chad Little running in 4th for Roush Racing, and they've already won the Bud Shootout last week with Mark Martin. It looks like they've really turned this restrictor plate program around.
Running in 6th spot right now, Mike Skinner, the teammate for Dale Earnhardt, is really on the move. He's moved up into this front group.
Skinner just can't get up there to help teammate Earnhardt, who is sandwiched amongst the boards. 17 laps to go.
Oh, boy.
17 years of trying. Rusty Wallace.
And the guy in second place, if he was to luck up and win this race, and I don't mean luck up, I mean get into the win, he would take way over $2 million home. He's one of the guys going for that $1 million bonus today.
An extra million if Mayfield or Gordon among these leaders should win today. And that's $1 million bonus for a lucky fan as well. But I don't think anybody out there is thinking about dollars. Here comes Earnhardt to the inside.
He is.
Chad Little to the outside. And Gordon going with Earnhardt.
They were bump drafting. You could see Earnhardt's car lose traction and down the straightaway there. Gordon actually pushed him down the back straightaway.
And Jeremy Mayfield got caught out. He is back to 7th place.
Rusty Wallace lost his best friend right there in that situation.
Yeah, boy.
Able to be right up there with him.
Here comes Gordon in 3rd place now.
The 97 winner and defending Winston Cup champ. Youngest driver ever to win the Daytona 500. Jeff Gordon in 3rd, in sight of the lead.
Yeah, he's not through here today.
Gordon led the first lap, then 5 more, but has not led since lap 20. Earnhardt has not led today in that number 3.
Back behind the first 3 cars, there's a war going on back there, side by side. These guys are trying to get themselves in great position for the 500 win.
Some of the cars involved in that lap 135 wreck have come back into the race. Sterling Marlin, Joe Nemechek, Steve Park. Many laps down.
What they want to do is just make a few laps and get ahead of those other cars that are not able to get back out of the garage area. Let's go to the pits and Bill Stevens.
The owner of Roush Racing, Jack Roush. Have you and Jeff Hammond gotten together here on strategy in the closing laps?
Well, we've been looking at it throughout the race. You know, the 97 John Deere car has been getting really good mileage. We'd hoped that would work to our advantage. And they filled it up with gas at the end here to get the back end down a little bit, and went on ahead and put 4 tires on it, which the 3 car did, or the 24 car did. I'm not sure about the cars in front. I think that the 24 and the 97 have got a tire advantage. We'll see if we can use it.
Obviously, they've talked strategy.
Well, now Jack Roush raises an interesting question. Rusty Wallace will have a very light fuel load at the end of this race. He did not make a pit stop. Well, how much a difference will that make?
It could make a difference, Mike. Certainly they factor that in all the time on setting race cars up. But as Robin Pemberton, the crew chief, pointed out earlier, the car's been pretty consistent, even after the fuel load gets down. So they were not that worried about it. But I'm wondering, too, if it might not cost them.
Mike, you're actually touching there, coming off the corner. Gordon trying to get that spot in. Earnhardt caught on the outside.
Here comes Jeff Gordon.
Rusty will move down to pick up a little bit of push from Gordon. And Mike Skinner pushing Jeff Gordon right by his teammate Dale Earnhardt.
Boy, this thing's getting exciting. Look at Gordon look to the inside of the 2 car.
Now I want you to watch how close he puts the bumper of that Chevrolet right up under. He did it to Earnhardt on the last lap. You'll try to do it on Rusty Wallace coming off the turn 2 the next time. He wants to stick that bumper right up under the back end of Rusty Wallace's car. Try to make him loose coming off that corner and pass him like he did Earnhardt the last time around. Let's see if he tries it.
Yeah, you know who's sitting right back there in 3rd spot? Mike Skinner. He's watching him do this. He's learning a lesson, but look on the outside there. Chad Little gets cut off as he come off the corner.
Oh, Skinner! And almost turned him around.
I thought it was a wreck.
I don't know how Mike Skinner hung on to that race car.
And still just digging.
Kenny Irwin has moved up in there also in the 28 car.
Earnhardt drops under him. Dale Earnhardt pulls up on his teammate, Mike Skinner. Now, they have 2 teammates. Ken Schrader is part of an alliance with that team. There's 33. Kenny Schrader, Andy Petrie Racing, Dale Earnhardt Racing, and Richard Childress Racing. Look at this mess.
Yes, and a slow. Oh, man.
It did work. I thought it was going to be a crash.
They have to
wide for the lead.
This is going to get exciting. Look at Earnhardt coming up on the back of Jeff Gordon down the back straightaway.
He'll try to make it 4 wide, but Michael Walton's going to try to make it 5 wide.
10 laps to go this time. 17 times the driver to lead with 10 to go did not win the 500. 4 times that was Dale Earnhardt.
Let me tell you, teammates are out right now. Rusty Wallet fighting back on the inside. Shows a lot of power right there by himself in the middle of this front line here.
Chevy inside, Ford in the middle, Chevy outside. Little Pink traded. Wallace, Skinner in against Gordon. And look at Earnhardt, the number 3, trying to push Jeff Gordon to the lead.
Earnhardt looked to the inside just for a second there as they head down into turn 1.
And they got Rusty in the middle there, and look at him go backwards.
Can you hold your breath for 10 laps?
Boy, this is exciting. You don't get any better than this.
And I'm going to tell you, if it comes to just plain nerve, don't count out that Waltrip kid there. Michael Waltrip can drive the wheels off his car and has all day long.
Michael Waltrip has not won a Winston Cup point race. Kenny Irwin and Chad Little, 28.97. Those Fords way up high. They're chasing Schrader.
Now you got 5 Chevrolets out front.
Boy, how things change.
Yeah, for a long time it was Fords out front. And Irwin trying to get up there and change that about a little bit.
What a great shot. You're looking now at Dale Earnhardt's car down the front straightaway, right behind Gordon as they head off into turn 1.
3 wide they are once again with Skinner in the middle. How frustrated must Dale Earnhardt be that he has not led a lap today?
Well, it's not over yet. You know the one that counts. If you don't lead but 40 feet, you want to lead to the checkered flag.
All right, what does Dale Earnhardt do to pass Jeff Gordon?
He's going to have some help.
He's got help. Look at Waltrip there in 3rd.
He'll have to make a move and have somebody to go with him and get that bumper right up. And that's the way Jeff Gordon got by him. He stuck that bumper right up under Earnhardt a little bit earlier, got his car loose. Earnhardt knows how to do that better than anybody else.
Dick Berggren.
Richard Childress, you've been watching all this stuff. What's Earnhardt got to do here?
Well, you know, it's hard to say. You know, he's got the experience. He's going to do his best. You know, can't say nothing. You know, it's been a heck of a race all day, and Skinner's done a good job. Who knows what's going to happen here at the end?
Is he going to move him out of the way? Is Earnhardt going to move Gordon?
I don't know. You know, Dale, he's got some moves on him left.
Ralph?
The conversation on the radio with Jeff Gordon is be patient. 8 laps to go, 7 laps to go. Watch your rear view mirror. They don't want him to get too far out ahead. Plenty of laps of racing still to go.
From 1st to 17th is only 17 seconds with 8 laps to go.
Mike, the man that made that move that Gordon put on Earnhardt a while ago is the man that made that move famous, and he's running in the 2nd spot right now.
Jeff Gordon won his qualifying race here as a rookie in '93. Finished 5th that year in the 500, 4th the next year. Wasn't a contender again until '97 when he won it.
I think that's 1.7 seconds.
Yes, thank you, Ned.
17th place. Wow. They are so close.
When they're running that close, you can miss a decimal point, I promise you.
You know, we got a new ball game here. Look at these guys in that 2nd group. They've caught those lead cars now. We have about a 10-12 car battle here for the lead.
And any one of them could win it. As you've seen, a driver running in the lead 1 lap can be back to 8th place the next.